Allow yourself to soften as you lie on the mat. Let your ankles roll out to the edges of the mat. Close your eyes. For now, let your hands just rest naturally at your sides. Close your eyes. And rather than trying to block out the noises, the sensations, maybe the feelings you have inside or that are around you, the energy around you, just allow everything to soften. Work on surrendering here. Sometimes you hold tension in a part of your body, you don't even realize it. So if that part of you is clenched up, maybe it's the glutes or shoulders or your jaw. Intentionally soften and surrender. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let your eyelids stay closed. Relax your jaw, open the back of your throat. Start to cultivate a slow, deep breath in through your nose. And with your lips closed, out through your nose. See if you can make your exhale even longer than your inhale. And if you're the kind of person that needs to fidget all around before you can get settled, that's okay. But allow yourself with each exhale to become a little bit heavier, a little bit deeper, a little bit more grounded into this space on the mat. Deep inhale through your nose. Exaggerate the length of the exhale out your nose with the back of your throat nice and soft, tongue resting lightly on the roof of your mouth. On your next inhale, lift your hands up towards the ceiling. Interlace through the fingers, press your palms up, stretch through the shoulders, engage through your core, reach, but keep your back grounded on the mat. And then exhale, open your hands, drop your hands back. Let your palms face up, resting your hands above your head, extending through your elbows. Now see if you can make your legs get a little bit longer. So reach through the legs, maybe pulling your heels down further towards the end of that mat, but keeping your hands anchored. So you just grew a little bit. You're really nice and stretched here. Your eyes are still closed. Let all your awareness be in your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Take a more active, engaged stretch. Breathe in and reach through your toes, reach through your fingers. Point your toes, flex your hands, spreading your fingers out wide. Reach, exhale, soften, draw your knees in towards your chest. Hook your hands on the fronts of your legs, pull your knees in, pull your knees together and in towards your chest. And then release your hands, put your feet on the floor. Windshield wiper your knees a little bit side to side. So let your feet be about hip width distance apart. Your eyes can still be closed. It's kind of nice to just feel your body in space here, not to have a lot pressing that you have to do. Come to a neutral place. Put your feet flat on the floor, your knees bent. Your feet in line with your hips, so about 2 fists apart. And then press through your heels, lift your glutes, bridge pose. Push the weight into your shoulder blades. Let this be an opening rather than a struggle. So if you feel that the drive is from the heels, your neck is neutral, chin is neutral, knees are energetically drawing together but not touching. You're breathing. Let this be an opening of the hips and activation of the legs. Breathe in and then breathe out, nice and slow. Lower all the way down. Big breath in, big breath out. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Your eyes are still closed. Just feel your body here. Work on surrendering to this moment. Putting all of your focus into that space that's underneath your heels on the mat, and that's where you're pushing your energy from. So we're going to do that 3 times with breath. Inhale, push up. Exhale, hold. You're in bridge pose and you have time to adjust. Put all of your intention into your physical alignment, drawing your knees together but not touching. Contracting through your glutes, pushing through your heels, opening through your back so that your shoulder blades press into the mat. Let your palms be up, or if you want more, you can reach for your hands underneath your back. Breathe here. Take an inhale, lift as high as you can. Exhale, lower all the way down. Really follow the breath cues here. Breathe in. And then exhale, windshield wiper your knees side to side. Find your neutral position. Inhale, press up. Exhale, hold. Feel the energy from underneath your feet. Feel the energy that we all already have inside. Like there's energy within a seed. It just has to be unlocked. So we all have this energy inside. For some of us, our light is dim right now. I know for me, I'm struggling to like keep the smile on my face, to keep the high energy that I usually have. It's a hard time. Unlock it, breathe in, push the hips up. Use your exhale to control lowering down. Find full grounding here and then windshield wiper the knees side to side. Last one. Find your neutral. Breathe in, push up. Check in with your toes. If you're doing a death grip of your knuckles on your toes, lift your toes, spread them out, fan them out on your mat. Check in with your knees. Imagine your knees being totally parallel, your hips pressing up so high, weights through the shoulders. Look at how strong you are on the inside and out. All this strength when your body and your mind and your breath work together. When you contract all the muscles of your body, you can lift quite a bit. Breathe in, squeeze. Good. Exhale, lower. Windshield wiper knees side to side. And then find Supta Baddha Konasana, which is soles of the feet together. Knees are bent and out to the side. Place your right hand over your belly button. Place your left hand over your heart. Feel the rise of your chest as you breathe in and breathe out. Even the effort to feel thankful can grow tiresome as we have this time looking around at the same things every day. I invite you to begin your practice today with a prayer to surrender. If there's anything that you need to let go of, you already have the strength to do that, the courage to do that, even if it's just for a short time. How can you surrender and just rock on the boat for a little bit today? See what unfolds. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your knees together. Hug your knees into your chest, lift your shoulders. Maybe rock a little bit side to side, opening through the small of your back. And then your choice, you can roll over to your side, press yourself up, or you can rock back and forth a little bit on your mat, letting your feet kind of rock back behind your head, which opens through your back and the back of your legs. Until we all meet and stand up at the top of the mat. Open your eyes, stand up, inhale, take a big stretch up towards the ceiling, and then take an exhale, forward fold. Don't worry about your chair right now, just forward fold all the way down. Create sensation in your legs by dragging your hands all the way up. Breathe in, reach up. Ground through your feet, inhale, reach up. Exhale, tip to the right. I like to grab my wrist when I do this, so grab your right wrist with your left hand and lean. Open, turn your face up towards your left elbow. Breathe. Come back to center and switch. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Extend out of that arm socket, so really lift through your ribs. Pull the belly in and lean towards the left. Come back up to center. Take a slow, deep forward fold. Swan dive all the way down. Soften your knees when you get there. Walk your hands over to the right. So your hands are about a foot away from your right outer edge of your foot. Twisting to the right, trying to keep a little bend in the knees, but feeling that especially through the back of the right leg. Come back to center. Walk your hands over to the left. Let your head hang. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to center. Toe heel your feet together. Bend your knees a lot and slide your hands underneath the soles of your feet. So you may just do one. So you want to bend your knees enough that you can get your hands to the floor. And then options here. If you cannot slide your hand underneath your foot because the floor is still too far away, just reach for a toe and anchor your pinky fingers on your right big toe. I'm sorry, your peace fingers on your right big toe. If you can, though, then you're going to slide your hand underneath the sole of your right foot, anchor with your left hand, and just straighten out your right leg. Let your head hang.
Yikes.
So this is called gorilla. I guess you're supposed to bend your knees, put both hands under, and hop around and be a gorilla. Right? If you're so inclined to do that, go on mute and go for it. Otherwise, your right hand is underneath the sole of your foot all the way to the wrist, all right? And you're just bearing weight there to stretch out the wrist and straighten the right leg to the degree that you can, but keep a bend in the left knee.
I can't straighten out.
Yeah, don't straighten it out if you're going to like pop your leg open. So just to the degree that it's a strong stretch because you've got that tension of your hand, but just a little bit. You'll feel it through the back of your leg. That's what we're looking for, is that spot between effort and ease. I want you to live your life where you have feeling, but not where you're in pain. Slide your hand out, reset, stand all the way up. Clasp your hands behind your back. Take a counter stretch. Pull your shoulder blades together, lift your chin up, Reach back. And then exhale, fold down again. Bend your knees a lot. Other side, left hand is going to come underneath the sole of the left foot. Pressing your toes down. Ideally, your foot is really on top of the whole palm of your hand. So it's not the flat part, top part of the hand, it's the palm of the hand underneath the sole of your foot. Bend your right knee, play with straightening your left leg a little bit. Let your head hang. Try to surrender. Breathe here. In and out. If you're pretty flexible and you don't feel any pinching or anything here, you can certainly play with taking both hands underneath the soles of the feet. That's full gorilla pose. And letting your head hang. Otherwise, just stay here for another breath with the left hand underneath your foot. See if you can pull your chest more toward your thighs. And then everybody release. Toe heel your feet together. Inhale. Stand all the way back up. Take a big breath in, counterbalance, goal post your arms, push your chest up towards the sky. Breathe. Good, big breath in. Take your feet about hip width distance apart. Stand in your Tadasana. This is your I'm ready pose. All 10 toes on the floor, your hands facing forward. Spread your 10 fingers out, pull your shoulders down and back. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out and offer yourself in your mind right now a little positive pep talk. It could be as simple as, you got this, get through today. It could be something more like, you have incredible talents and it's your responsibility to work on them. Stay on your path. We might be floating and the waves might get a little rocky, but stay on your course. Take a big breath in, big breath out, open your mouth. Good. Step your feet wide apart so you're facing the left edge of your mat or whatever side is easier for you so you can still see your screen. Clasp your hands behind your back. Your toes are like facing 12 o'clock, so it's pointing straight ahead. Pull your shoulder blades together. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, lead with a flat back. Lead with your chest, fold forward until you get to a point where your head just hangs. If you're able to keep your fingers interlaced behind your back and your elbows pretty straight, with your legs pretty straight, see if you can squeeze your shoulder blades together, activate through your belly, and then lift your wrists off your back. Let your head drop a little bit further. This gets real strong through the backs of the legs. So again, like, you don't have to jump off the high dive and go all the way down to the bottom of the pool. Just go to the place where you're right between effort and ease. That's your sweet spot. This is where we grow, because when we're always reaching that place, it gets a little deeper every time you show up on your mat. You have to breathe. So if you're not, I think you should. You might close your eyes. Notice if you're collapsing anywhere. So even though you're not moving, see if you can integrate the muscles of your legs, like you were hugging muscle to bone. Breathe in. Clear your mind of everything except what it feels like to press your pinky toes into the mat and engage through the outsides of your legs, engage through your inner thighs, engage through your glutes. Breathe. Good. Release your hands. Anchor your hands on your thighs. Bend your knees. Lift your chest. You might want to pull your heels in a little bit. So we're in this low squat position, anchoring hands on thighs. Find a neutral collarbone, and then you're going to drop your right shoulder towards the center. turn your gaze towards the left. So my knees are bent, toes are out a little bit. This should feel more like a stretch, not like a strength. You are working to hold this squat, but don't find a struggle. So if you're in a big struggle, just come up a little bit. Right shoulder's dropping, breathe. Come back to center. Anchoring your hands on your thighs. Other way. Drop your left shoulder. Turn your gaze out past your right knee. Think of pulling your right shoulder back while you pull your left shoulder down. Surrender. Practice. Breathe. Come back up to center. Stand all the way up. Make a big X with your arms. And then do an exhale, forward fold, straight legs. Breathe in and breathe out. That idea of surrendering, it sounds like it's such a passive choice, doesn't it? Like, oh, if you surrender, you're just like, you're doing nothing. Put your hands back on your thighs. We're going to do that shoulder exercise one more time. Meet me in this squat, chest up. Anchor here. Breathe in. Use your exhale to travel. Drop your right shoulder. Look out over your left knee. So I think in reality, surrendering is actually a lot harder than trying to keep control. You know, for most of us, surrendering would be far more active than just to keep doing what we're already doing, whether it's helping or not. Come back up to center. Drop your left shoulder down. So if you think of it that way, that surrendering is more of an active choice, effort, then maybe you can give yourself a little bit of leeway to work towards that we recognize we have to work towards letting go. We have to work towards a surrender. All right, your legs are probably nice and tired now. Rise all the way back up. Good work. Step to the top of your mat. Shake it out. And everybody find your chair. All right. Big breath in, reach up. Oh. And then step back enough away from your chair that you'll be able to fold and rest your hands there. And find a relatively straight elbow with your feet about hip width distance apart. Let your head hang. Straighten your legs, let your chest drop. Take a breath here. So if you allow your chest to really drop, like between the shoulders, you get a stretch here. If you're not feeling anything through the backs of your legs, take a little bit of a step back further and try to engage through the knees, not locking out, but just pressing your knees back. Breathe in and breathe out. You know what I appreciate about each of you showing up is that I know that each of you has a family. And I know that each of you, just by virtue of who you are, you're holding your family up. And it's really nice to be in your company. To know we're like all in this boat, rocking, holding our family up, trying to stay strong together.
You too, Christy.
Thank you, Alana. All right, big breath in, lift your chest, walk up to the top of the mat to your chair. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Exhale, put your left hand on the chair for some support, and then reach for your right ankle. So if that's like a challenge for you, then you work on that. So you're just going to work on holding onto the chair and finding a way to grab your right ankle. Right? If you've got your right ankle and you're okay here, I want you to use the chair and see if you can bring your forearm down to the chair. Keep the grip on your right ankle. Press your right ankle into your right hand. In order to do this, even though the chair is helping to provide balance, you really need to have a lot of strength through both legs. Your left foot is pushing down, engage through your left leg into the hip, belly in, take your gaze up,
Oh, oh, oh.
breathe. Good. Now don't collapse. Come out slow. Okay, find some control here. Good. Let it go. Breathe in. Set your foot down. Breathe out. All right. Nobody fell down, so that was exciting. That was good. All right, we're going to do the same thing, but on the other side. Use your right hand for balance. Your hips are different, so don't be mad at yourself. Hold on to your left ankle if you can. If that's where you are, then you work on holding on to your left ankle and just not falling down and finding that left ankle. If you're not used to doing that, that can be enough. All right. Once you're there, if you want to go further, keep the grip on your left foot or left ankle. Drop your right forearm towards the chair. Pull your left kneecap up. The tension of your left arm and left foot actually is what helps you to balance. You may have a micro bend in the right knee, but you're working that right leg. If you're looking down, you're actually more likely to wobble. So set your gaze up and hold your gaze on one thing that's not moving. Breathe with me. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Don't fall. Fall. Find that control. Let it go nice and controlled. Breathe in. And breathe out. Set it down. Anybody feel that kind of activate your tush?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good, because you get to experience it again. Ready? 3 seconds. So if you didn't, you can look for that. Here we go. Big breath in. Left hand balance. Reach for your right ankle. So notice I'm not trying to do some runner stretch where I've got like full compression pulling my heel towards my glute. I actually want the space because I'm trying to create length through the chest and the leg, and this resistance through the leg helps you to balance. And that's usually true in all of your balancing poses. If you were soft all over, you're more likely to wobble. So you always find some connection and a little tension to help you to balance. If you're ready, you can drop your left forearm to the chair. If you're not there today, it's totally fine. It's yoga. It's an opportunity to connect to your body, connect to each other. We're all just trying. If you are here, you can see how you can lift your right kneecap more while keeping the tension here, maybe lift your chest. If you're really gung-ho today, you can play with finding a balance, extending your left hand out. This is Danny. Breathe. All right, if you're falling all over the place, laugh at yourself, let it go. Here we go, nice and controlled. That's one of those in a real live person class. It's kind of fun because everybody's like dominoes. One person falls and then everybody's like boom, 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 boom. All right, right hand is giving you some balance. Take a breath. Pick up your left ankle, breathe. If you're here, just start playing with pushing your left ankle into your left arm, into your left hand. It's like that tension of lifting the knee that makes your chest go down. So the drive doesn't come like, oh, my chest is going to go down. It's the tension of lifting the knee that then drives your chest to go down. Your right forearm can relax on the chair. Modify as you need to based on the height of your chair and your body, okay? Gaze is up. Whatever you're doing, you can hold your gaze, look at something that's not moving. If you want to try, extend your right hand, hold that gaze, lift the left knee, breathe. Good, nice and controlled, come down. All right, high five, guys, good job. Let's reset in that wide leg stand. Hands behind your back. Big breath in. As you inhale, squeeze your chest up towards the sky, shoulder blades together, and then exhale, lead with the sternum. and fold forward. Breathe out. Get there, let your head hang. Maybe it feels good to bend one knee then the other. Just shift a little side to side. Chris Hope said balance poses were on her mind earlier this week. How was that, Chris?
That was really helpful.
All right, if you're folding forward, you can pull your hands are interlaced behind your back. You can squeeze the heels of your hands together and lift. Let the crown of your head hang. Breathe in and breathe out. And then release your hands, bend your knees enough that you can find either your hands to the floor, or if that's not going to happen, just relax here. Find your hands, letting your knees bend, and just let your chest relax with your hands above your knees on your thighs. Just finding a little bit more opportunity to reverse direction. And then we can all toe heel feet together. And rise slowly all the way back up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean to the right. Clasp your right wrist with your left hand. Come back up to center. It's like the lift comes from above the waist. Switch hands, lift, exhale to left. Good, come back up to center. Okay, go back to your chair. Last balancing opportunity that gives you a little bit of core activation as well. And so let's start by setting yourself up so that you're far away enough from the chair that you can have a pretty flat back when you fold. And again, this kind of depends on the height of your chair too. So you may have more arms on the chair, or if you have a higher chair, you may just need to step back further. You're gonna feel this through the backs of your legs, but I don't want your hamstrings and calves to be screaming, okay? So this is our position. Nice fold here, nice flat back in the chair. Once you're here, ground down into your left foot. Take your right leg straight back. Here's your challenge. When we do that, we start wanting to like collapse, bending everything and falling down. Everything is straight. Elbows are straight, left knee straight, right knee straight. Imagine your right leg is parallel to the floor and your knee is pointing down, not up and out to the side. That means you have to move your right hip down, engage your lower abs a lot, and drive your right heel up. Your whole left foot is pressing down into the mat. Hold your gaze. If you're scrunching up your face with your eyes closed, that's not going to help you balance. So open your eyes, look at the floor, breathe, lift. Good. Here's your challenge. You're going to use your core, hold it, bring your hands to heart center. If you need to lower the leg a little bit, a lot of work, and then see if you can lift your torso up and set your right foot down. So this is where the whole body has to work together. If you're only asking your legs to do the work, the weight of the top half of you is going to pull you down. So pull through the core, pull through your back. Everything goes to that true north, hugging in. All right, set yourself back up. Take a nice breath.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yes, I fell down.
Oh.
You okay, Chris?
Yeah, eventually I'll be all right. Got my wife
It was
checking.
a quiet fall down. If we didn't hear it, huh?
Oh, you didn't hear the thing crash? Okay.
No, we didn't. No. Your family's like, I thought you were doing yoga. It sounds like gymnastics. Huh? All right, other side. Here we go. We're standing on the right foot. Go ahead and make sure you're setting yourself up for success. So if you're too close and you're all scrunched up, it's going to be harder for you to find that engagement through the core. So you want the balance of the chair, but you want your elbows to be straight. We're going to bend the left knee, extend your left leg back. Adjust as you get here how you need to. Gaze is really important. So here's the order of operations in our yoga class. You first find the physical posture, then you open your eyes and find your gaze, then you breathe. So work on the physical form. Lift your left heel, straighten both legs. I know it's hard. Your elbows are as straight as you can. Pull your tummy in. Pull the belly button into the spine, engage through both glutes, and drop your left hip a little bit. That makes you work even more. Breathe. Here's your breath. Hold your gaze. Don't hold your breath. Breathe. Is your right leg working?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right, good. If you can, you may lower the leg a little bit. See if you can hold your hands to heart center. Don't fall.
Oh,
If,
I can't
put
do
your
that.
foot down before you fall, and then lift your torso back up. Oh, good work.
Oh.
All right, take that wide-legged forward fold. Counter stretch, hands behind your back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, surrender, forward fold. You know, one of the things that has helped me so much with the yoga practice is that when I'm in the middle of that, I forget about everything else. You know, you're standing on one leg and you're thinking about dropping your left hip and you're thinking about spreading out your right toes and engaging through your right kneecap, and you forget about everything else. And honestly, I think that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
And the side effect is that you get stronger and you get more balanced and you get more flexible, but really just being there where you forget about everything else except what's happening in your body at that moment, that's kind of the point. Soften your knees, stand all the way back up. All right, friends, you can move your chair out of the way so you have space. Chris is like, thank heavens.
Uh-huh. Chris.
Hallelujah.
I'm in trouble.
Ah, come to your hands and knees, take your toes to touch, drop your hips back, reset child's pose. Take your forehead to the floor. Take some breaths in and breaths out. Today we can choose to be grateful. Today we can choose to do the best we can. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Bring yourself back up to your hands and knees. All right, if you're already toast and you're tired, you can just go ahead and go on your belly. If not, tuck your toes, meet me in high plank. We're only here for 10 seconds. Then we're all gonna lay all the way down flat, stomach to the mat. But right now, if you can see yourself on your screen, you can make some adjustments. If you're piking your butt up into the air, level your hips, but keep the engagement through the shoulders and the core. Straight kneecaps, engage through the quads. 3, 2, 1, good. Nice and controlled. Lower it all the way down. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Rest your cheek on the mat. Rest the tops of your feet on the mat. Inhale. Exhale through your nose. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale through your nose. Take your right hand out to the floor, palm down. Roll over onto your right side. Big stretch through the shoulder here as you Anchor with your left hand, just letting yourself roll back onto your right side, palm down on the right hand with your arm extended out to the right. If you want more, you can play with this stretch again where you reach for the left ankle. And now that you're not bearing weight on your right leg, you can try to pull your heel closer to your glute. Don't overdo it. You're looking for that place where you feel something. You're between effort and ease. Release your leg. Come back to center. Before you do the other side, support your chin with your hands, bend your knees, and just toss your knees a little bit side to side, like you're opening through your back. And then rest your left arm out to the left. Bend your right elbow. Make sure your feet are relaxed, toes on the floor. Left hand is out to the left, palm down, and then just gently roll over to your left side. I like to use my right hand to create a little leverage, so kind of pushing the mat away. Depending on where you are with your shoulders and how tight you are, you'll feel that. Some of you may roll more, some of you may just go a little bit, but you can use your right hand to give you that leverage. And if you're okay and you want more, you can bend your right knee, reach for the ankle. Your hips and different sides are different, so you might have been able to do it on one side, not on the other. Start learning which side is your tighter side. Isn't that a gift to know that about yourself? Nobody else knows how you feel till you know how you feel. One more breath here, we let it go. Push yourself up back through hands and knees. Find yourself so you're in that neutral hands and knees. Knees are right underneath your hips. We're gonna do a shoelace. I promise it's not too pretzel-y. You're taking your right knee behind your left. So I'm on my hands and knees. I'm picking up the right leg, but the knee stays bent. Just put it on the floor behind the left. Like I was crossing my legs, but I'm here on my hands and knees. All right, and then just let your hips drop back to the degree that you can. You may not go all the way back. You may just stop when you feel a big stretch in the right hip. If you're okay, the full pose is that you pull all the way back so you're sitting down. Now my left leg is bent on top.
Yeah.
If that's not gonna work for you, here's the other way to get into this. Instead of from your hands and knees, sit down, take both feet out in front. Guys, I don't know why guys tend to have a harder time with that. Maybe for women, our hips rotate a little bit more. You pick up your left knee and just cross your foot over your right knee. My right knee is still straight, and then you just sit up nice and tall right here. This is enough for a lot of guys. They get like a big stretch through the hip. Otherwise, the deeper poses with that left leg really crossed all the way over the right. Okay, so you either have your right leg on top, extended, and your left knee is just bent, maybe crossed over the right knee, or you're sitting here. Everybody okay? Speak up if you are stuck, right?
Backwards.
Your foot under your butt.
No, your right ankle is on the floor. So your right outer shin is resting on the floor. There is a pose when it's under your butt, but this is different. All right, sit up nice and tall and see if you can drop your left hip bone down a little bit. Close your eyes. Okay, if you're totally struggling, I want you to modify. Like you need to be able to breathe. So if you're totally struggling, right leg is out, left knee's bent, and you're just hugging that knee into your chest with your foot on the floor. Takes time to shape the clay. Close your eyes, breathe in, and breathe out. All right, if you have the wrong leg on top, don't worry about it because we're going to do the other side. Unwind. So back to your hands and knees. Wag your tail. All right, I'm going to do my left knee behind now, but if you had the wrong leg on top before, then you switch. All right, but most of us last time took the right knee behind the left, so now you're going to take the left knee behind the right. Walk yourself back till you can drop back. You've got this kind of tight crossed leg position. If not, then you take both legs out, left leg stays extended, right knee hugs into your chest, or you can take your right foot over your left thigh.
Well, that's about as close as I'm gonna get with this.
All right, so starting position if you're really tight in the hips is, and in the legs, is your left leg is out. You just try to bend your right knee and hug it in. Opposite leg is on top, no matter which way you are. Close your eyes, relax here. If you're fairly flexible and this is not putting you at that point between Sukha and Sthita, which is that point between effort and ease, then you can lean your chest forward and reach your fingers forward as well. Keeping the bind in the legs. Breathe in, breathe out. See if you can soften, see if you can surrender. It's hard to do. All right, everybody lift your chest. Unwind your legs, whichever way you were. Scoot yourself back center on your mat. All right, boat pose for a few seconds. Pick up your feet, bend your knees, push your chest up. You can hold behind your knees and just think about leveling your heels to the floor. If you want more, see if you can let go of one knee or both. That fires up the abs a lot more. If you do a lot of core work and you're pretty strong here, then you can straighten out the legs, extend the arms. Balancing here, lift your chest, stay with me. If you're shaking, you're growing, stay here. 10, 9, 8, 7. Even when people make this look easy, it's not. 5, 4, 3, 2, bend your knees, lay on your back. Oh. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Windshield wiper your knees a little bit side to side. Drop your knees to one side. Keep your shoulders grounded. And then switch. A reclined pigeon pose is here next. So both feet are on the mat. Keep your right leg bent, right foot on the floor. Pick up your left foot. Guide your left ankle across to rest your left ankle on your right thigh. Use your left hand and push gently your left knee away. If this is very intense for you, you stay here. If this is not intense for you, then you move on. Pick up your right foot, interlace your hands in that space and anchor behind your right thigh. Keep your left foot flexed and resting on your right thigh, and then pull your right thigh toward your chest. This is reclined pigeon. You've got a figure 4 shape with your legs and you're pulling your right thigh towards your chest. The stretch happens in the outer left hip, outer left upper leg. A lot of times we have this tendency to like scrunch up through the shoulders and the face and point your chin up to the sky when you start pulling your chest forward. Don't do that. Just neutralize your neck on purpose. Close your eyes, soften your breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Appreciate that you have the sensation in your body. Even if it's hard, appreciate that you can try. Mindfully, let it go. Release your left ankle. Knock your knees a little side to side. Adjust if you need to, and then we'll get ready for the other side. Left knee is bent. Left foot on the floor. Cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Use your right hand, push the bent right knee away. If that's enough for you, stay there. Close your eyes and just feel that stretch. If you are ready to move on, pick up your left foot, interlace your hands behind your left thigh. Keep your right ankle bone anchored on your right thigh above the knee and just pull your left thigh towards your chest. Relax your shoulders, neutralize your neck. Lengthen your breath. Know that with every time you show up on your mat, you're getting both stronger and more supple, and that this serves you with the many challenges that you're going to face. One more breath in. One more breath out. Let it go mindfully. And mindfully extend your legs all the way. If you have a blank, empty wall and you can pull yourself around and put your legs up the wall, laying on your back, just legs relaxing up the wall, that's really nice way to take a little time in your Shavasana here. Otherwise, just relax your ankles out to the edges of your mat. Relax your hands. Start to soften your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. You can take breaths in and out through your nose, or in through your nose and out through your mouth. Do not be dismayed by the brokenness of the world. All things break, and all things can be mended. Not with time, as they say, but with intention. So go, love intentionally, extravagantly, unconditionally. The broken world waits in darkness for the light that is you. Take some time to love yourself today. You're already off to a great start. Love the people that are sharing your household with you. Show them how you are working to surrender. Bring some movement to your wrists and your ankles. Maybe it's nice to take a big stretch as you breathe in, and then open your mouth, breathe out. When you roll up your mat today, leave behind the things that you don't need to carry with you anymore. And when you're ready, meet me at the top of your mat. Hands together. Settle into your breath. Appreciate the energy that each of you brings to this community. Appreciate the effort that each of us makes to show up for one another. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.